Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a bit disturbing. We're dealing with some dark subject matter, but I do urge you to watch to the end of the video because I do feel as though this is an important thing to talk about. So you may have seen this face all over Twitter and social media in the past week. This is trans activist Jessica Yaniv. Now this person is the walking, talking, living and breathing embodiment of what people fear when it comes to trans people. And I put trans in quotes and you'll see why if you watch the video. Now this person is one of the most twisted, abhorrent, dangerous individuals, is such a bad look for the trans community and transgender people in general. And it's not lost on me that there are no prominent public trans figures condemning this person or speaking out that I have personally seen. Maybe I'm wrong. Now this person is very Sue happy. So I want to preface this video protecting myself by saying everything is alleged. Allegedly. Now, Jessica Yaniv is currently under fire for a lot of things, and I'm going to list them here. Going into women's public restrooms, presenting entirely as male, photographing underage girls, sending predatory, disgusting, entirely inappropriate messages to tweens and teenagers. And I'm going to get to those messages and just wait. And this is what most people are talking about with this person. Also getting a women's spa completely shut down after causing such a stink over a female waxer not wanting to wax their male privates. And apparently this person has filed over a dozen complaints to different spas. Yaniv is also apparently trying to host topless swimming parties with kids. Specifically stating topless. Now, it's really difficult to know where exactly to start with this, so let's start with probably the least harmful, even though it's all incredibly messed up. The bathroom pictures. Now, this is every meme about people just identifying as a woman and being able to enter women's bathrooms and taking pictures of young girls. It's incredibly creepy, and even I, as a trans woman, if I saw this person in the women's bathroom, I would question it and I would be a little bit weirded out. And maybe I'm not an expert, but I do consider myself a bit in the know about what a transition looks like, and this person has clearly not transitioned at all medically. And if you're getting ready to say, Blair, it's just a picture, no one was hurt, no one was touched, okay, then just wait. Yaniv allegedly consistently messages young girls, underage girls, on Facebook and on social media, asking them incredibly inappropriate, invasive questions. I'm going to read some of the messages that have been sent from Yaniv to these girls. So at the gym, do girls bear all? Do you see tits and pussy ever? Have you ever seen a tampon string hanging out of another girl's thing? I was really expecting to walk in and see girls with their boobs out. Went really well. I expected more though. I only saw one girl in her panties. If there's 30 girls in the change room, how many of them would you say are out there changing freely with their vaginas and tits out? If she wants a tampon though, should I give her one and instruct her on how to use it? Would I go into the stall with her and help her? That sounds so weird. Is it weird to ask a 10 to 12-year-old girl for a pad or a tampon? That's the other thing about this. For some reason, Yaniv is either completely delusional or is knowingly predatory, because Yaniv believes that they can actually get their period. Stating things over Messenger to girls saying, I think I'm starting my period soon. Now, of course, Yaniv is not starting their period soon. Here's my frustration with this, is I'm going to get called transphobic for even thinking of calling this person a he, but I do not believe this is a trans woman. I believe this is a predator posing as a trans woman. Now, make no mistake, none of these messages are how women talk to each other or trans women talk to women or anyone. Yaniv clearly has an obsession with, feminine products and women and girls, and it's incredibly disturbing, and this needs to be called out. Not to mention how many times you can see Yaniv tweeting underage girls the text and the phrase, how old are you? LOL, how old are you? How old are you? How old are you? When you're an adult and you are online speaking to other people, you don't ask constantly how old someone is because you're speaking to an adult and age is irrelevant. This is indicative, though, of someone who is consistently speaking to minors. Here's an interesting one where Yaniv is quote tweeting this tweet: judge rules girls have no right to visual bodily privacy from boys. And Yaniv quote tweets it and says, yes, 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 hashtag LGBT rights. You're excited about girls having no right to bodily privacy, saying that is LGBT rights. That's not LGBT rights. That's you being a creep. Okay, so my apologies, but I actually forgot to mention while filming this that Yaniv is currently trying to set up a topless, specifically topless, swimming event for children and has put out this note, this permission slip to be signed by parents, in which it says that parents and caretakers will be specifically prohibited from attending the event. So this is a blatant reach for access to these kids, right, without any adult supervision beyond Yaniv. This is Yaniv trying to get to these kids without parental intervention. This is so blatant. This is so disturbing. And if you or anyone you know, live in this district and have gotten this invitation or this permission slip or whatever, I highly suggest you turn it into somebody's authorities. You turn it in and just let it be known that this is happening, because this type of thing is so disturbing. And it's actually insane. I also question, I always wonder with people like this, like, where are their families? Does Jessica Yaniv have a family? And if so, can they step up and do the right thing to either get Yaniv help or keep them away from society and or children? I always wonder about that. And I really don't know. But either way, that was just that. I wanted to make sure I included it. So let's continue with the video. This is such a bad look for the trans community, and it actually makes me sick that I'm seeing, all these people who have these preconceived negative connotations of trans people, right? And their beliefs are getting reinforced because this person is out there. And, it shouldn't be. One person shouldn't taint an entire community. But when an entire community refuses to condemn someone or something or speak about it at all, how can you blame them? And I have received a plethora of responses saying, you're just being mean because she doesn't pass. You're just being transphobic. You're just being that. That is sick and twisted to me if you think that me calling this person out is because they don't pass or because I'm just trying to be mean. This is calling out an actual, real-life, legitimate predator. This person is trying to host topless parties for minors. And then let's get into the fact that they're actually getting women's spas shut down. And, he's causing this huge stink, ruining their businesses because they don't want to wax his privates. That is so insane to me. And here's why I do not believe this is a trans woman. Trans women, especially pre-op trans women, are usually actually so uncomfortable with that part of themselves down there that they're not going to go forcing themselves into women's spas where they will show it and have it touched. And that is not what trans women are about. It's actually the opposite. We're actually getting into this conversation of, should women, these waxers, be forced to touch that, right, by the state? This is a mess. And like I said, Yaniv has filed over a dozen complaints to different spas and different women who were uncomfortable and felt untrained to actually provide that service. And then there's so much more that is weird about this person. The fact that they have 140,000 followers and get no engagement on their tweets, which clearly means that they bought all these followers. This is such a weird person. And then my next point is to trans activists. Why are you silent when this type of thing comes up? This should be part of your job. It should be part of your job as an activist who wants to apparently put trans people in a better light and better social standing. It is important for us to distance ourselves from this. I'm not here to police what, other trans public figures do with their social media and with their platform, but they seem to complain about a lot of stuff, right? And I know they've seen this. So maybe to those people, I would ask, when you're writing, your 17th tweet about how bad I am, maybe use one tweet to be like, that's not us, this is horrible. Is that so hard to expect? To the general population, and this might be a futile expectation, please do not paint all trans people with this Jessica Yaniv brush. Please do not think that this is how we are. It is actually the opposite. Because unfortunately what's happening, whether it's right or wrong, whether the people making these assumptions are right or wrong, it is coming down on all of us. And it's exhausting. And I know people are going to say, it's their fault if they're going to use, this predator to paint their opinion of all trans people. That is their fault and that is done, but that is how the world works. So I would hope that just as many times as you see a tweet about this person painting all of us with that brush, there's 20, 30 trans people responding, being like, please don't think this is us. I wish that was what was happening, but it's not. And instead what's happening is I'm getting messages on my Instagram that I'm just being mean because she doesn't pass. That's funny. All right, guys, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe. I want to hear everyone's thoughts. I'm going to be in the comments reading everything. Let's talk. Bye, guys.